What's up, guys? Welcome to the Jaime Dee Show. Woo! Live on, wow, my allergies. Live on KSHP AM 1400 and 107.1 FM every Monday through Friday from 10 a.m. until 11 a.m. PST. Y'all, some of y'all think because we're in the desert, everything is just clear. No, my allergies are killing me. You see how they just try to take me out? The second I open my mouth. Wow. And I actually have water. Hey, guys, welcome in. Hey, I would love if you guys also listen live on our live video stream on YouTube, Twitter, Twitch, and Facebook at The Jaime Dee Show. That's TheJaimeDeeshow. You going and racking my views up and subscribing to my YouTube will really help me out and support me. So, hey, do that for me. Especially if you aren't able to be in your car all the time, you're more than welcome to go over there. So, welcome in, everybody. It's an amazing hump day. Yes, it is. On our show rundown today, I'm going to give you the daily news headlines. We're going to discuss if splitting the bills at birthday dinners is mandatory. And then later in the show, we're going to have the amazing Chrystee Pharris, who is an award-winning actor known for her roles on Passions and Scrubs, who is going to join me live to discuss how she got her start in the entertainment industry, how she stayed in the ever-changing entertainment industry, the current actor strike, why SAG-AFTRA is important, and more. So make sure to stick around. It's super fun. I have a lot in store for you. Now, I'm not going to lie. There's a lot going on in the news right now, and a lot of it's pretty sad and pretty So we're going to have to just hop right into it, okay? And some tragic Las Vegas news. Now, you know I usually save Las Vegas for the last part of the daily news headlines, but this has made national news headlines. Two 20-year-old Black women are being accused of killing and robbing a 25-year-old Nicaraguan man who was seeking asylum in America at the Caesars Palace in Las Vegas. Now, there has been surveillance footage that has come out which shows this 25-year-old man holding hands and arms with these two women who shot and robbed this man. What makes it even worse is that these dummies shot and killed this man and then wore the same outfit pretty much and the same hairstyles that they had when they committed this crime in a video like a month later. What is wrong with y'all? Y'all are crazy. I just don't understand how people need to find a come up and they do so by robbing innocent individuals and killing people. You two ridiculous individuals just took a man's life because you needed something. Instead of going out in the world and working hard for what you want in life, you decided to take somebody's life. You decided to take somebody's life. Those women deserve to be in jail, in the bottom of the jail, expeditiously. I don't care. I don't care. I don't care. I have no remorse for people like those women. And some crazy but also kind of cool news. An Australian man and his dog were rescued after surviving more than 2 months at sea. They survived by drinking rainwater and eating raw fish, according to CBS News. Now, that's insane. I don't know how many of y'all will be able to survive at sea, but this man right here, I can only swim for so long, and I can only hold my mental state for so long before I go insane. This man and his dog lasted 2 months at sea. That's crazy. Now, what's even more crazy is the man is 51 years old. Tim Shattuck and his dog Bella were sailing from Mexico to French Polynesia when they came across a bad sea storm that damaged this boat and ruined their electric system. This unfortunately left them adrift and cut off from the world. The pair reportedly drifted for more than 2 months in the Pacific Ocean. Wow. He says, I've been through a very difficult ordeal at sea. He said in a video open to 9 News in Australia, I'm just needing rest and good food because I've been alone at sea a long time. Otherwise, I am in good health. Well, shout out to Tim. I'm glad that you were saved, and I'm happy that you are able to be back in civilization where you're able to get some food, be in bed, and drink regular water. Oh, my gosh. That's insane. Oh. All right, so let's get into this. And even though this is a daily news headline, if you guys have any thoughts about this, call in at 702-221-7283. Again, I tell you all the time, you're more than welcome to call in at any point of the show. We can have a discussion. I'll stop a little bit for y'all if it's on point, okay? So let's get into this. Dr. Amanda Calhoun, a third-year psychiatry resident at the Yale School of Medicine, Yale Child Study Center, who specializes in child and adult psychiatry, wrote an op-ed for the Boston Globe detailing her concerns about the mistreatment of Black patients while under white surgeons' care. She also shared a personal experience, one that deeply colored her perspective. According to Calhoun, she witnessed white medical professionals initiate racist acts directed towards Black patients, making jokes about young Black children joining gangs, and doctors described the natural hair of Black individuals as wild and unkept. In a quote, it says, "I've seen Black patients unnecessarily physically restrained," she continued. "I've stood in the emergency department as a Black teenager died from a gunshot wound while white staff chuckled, saying he was just another criminal." The physician who was writing a book about the mental health effects of anti-Black racism suggested that if doctors were made to wear body cameras, the footage could be used as evidence in cases of racism. Should this be initiated, the families of patients could give consent for the release of such footage if they wish to file complaints. In her opinion, the technology would introduce a viable means to not only hold healthcare professionals accountable, but also reassure patients. Moreover, she offered to be the first doctor to volunteer to wear a body camera, urging hospitals and medical institutions to follow suit and demonstrate their commitment to fighting racism, as reported by the Flossier Informer. Now, in my opinion, I don't think this is a bad idea. I have heard from a lot of my individual friends and family members who say that they felt unsafe in hospitals. They felt that they weren't taken care of during their pregnancy while they were giving birth. They felt like they weren't being heard. They felt like they were being prescribed things that didn't really help them. And upon their own research, realized that they could have done something different. So I have heard this from countless individuals that there is racism in the medical field. And I believe we need change. So I don't think this is a weird idea to have. I don't think this is a weird suggestion. And I applaud Dr. Amanda Calhoun, who's going to volunteer to be the first one to do this. I think it's a great idea. I mean, people are surgeons and doctors, and they take their phone out and record TikToks of them doing surgeries when they shouldn't be doing them anyway. So what's the difference between wearing a webcam? I don't see a difference. So, hey, I support it. According to CTV News, more than 300 tenants in Toronto have quit paying rent and are currently on strike against the city in efforts to lower rent costs. Yes, I support it. Tenants are unhappy with rent increases as apartment buildings have cut several amenities out from being used by tenants due to renovation and repairs. Landlords are allegedly raising rent in order to cover those costs. Man, you landlords are despicable. Despicable. I absolutely cannot urge people enough to take action because I'm going to tell y'all, rent is going high, and even though they're quote unquote raising the minimum wage, it's still not enough. It's not. I was paying $2,000 for a 1-bedroom, 1-bath in Los Angeles, California. And I don't know if y'all know this, but LA is not marketed to be what it truly is. What we consider necessities everywhere else in America, cities like LA consider them luxuries. For example, you don't always get a refrigerator with your apartment. Yes, you have to rent out a refrigerator like you're in a dang dorm. They don't consider AC a amenity. They consider it a luxury because you live close to the beach and there's a breeze. If they don't shut up, the breeze is not that strong. And while I will say this, LA actually is pretty cool most of the year. And at night, it gets cooler. It is not cool enough to not have AC, especially during the day. I know y'all know parking is absolutely wild in LA. There's just so many things that they consider luxuries that we consider amenities, and it's wild. But they still charge us an arm and a leg and half of your heart for the bare minimum. I support this movement. I wholeheartedly support people stepping up and saying, hey, this is not right. This isn't. Let me tell you this. I know several different apartment complexes that charge you for all the amenities, charge you for a gated community, and the second you move into that community, the gate does not work. Do they give you a discount? Absolutely not. Do they help you out in the rent? Absolutely not. So it's about time we step up and say, you need to treat us fairly. We are paying money for amenities that we aren't even being able to use, so we shouldn't be charged for them. Point blank, period. I support these people in Toronto. All right, let's get into some more crazy Vegas news. All right, now y'all are about to literally be flabbergasted at this. Several passengers faint aboard a Delta Las Vegas flight in 111-degree heat after plane loses air conditioning. Some even soiled themselves. All right, so get into this. According to the New York Port, wow, geez, what's going on with my allergies today? Y'all, I'm telling you, my allergies are killing me. According to the New York Post, the Delta Airlines flight was initially en route to Atlanta when the pilot suddenly announced the plane had to turn around due to multiple emergencies. Sources tell us that flight attendants ran up and down the aisles as passengers began to pass out. Some allegedly soiled themselves. Ew, it was that hot. People soiled themselves. At least 5 people were wheeled off the plane on stretchers, and staff advised others to hit their call button if they were in need of a medical emergencies. Wow. Guys, if the flight attendants were affected, they were. Flight attendants reportedly also fell ill during the 4 hours. 4 hours. The group was held on the airless plane. At least one was wheeled off the plane on a stretcher while wearing an oxygen mask. Options for the passengers consisted of disembarking the plane, or catching a follow-up flight. However, they warned them that there could be a delay in securing a flight if they did. Delta Airlines released a statement on the incident. We apologize for the experience our customers had on Flight 555 from Las Vegas to Atlanta on July 17th, which ultimately resulted in a flight cancellation, the statement said. Delta teams are looking into the circumstances that led to uncomfortable temperatures inside the cabin, and we appreciate the efforts of our people and first responders at Harry Reid International. All passengers received compensation and apologies for their inconvenience. Let me tell y'all this. It'd be hot on them planes, even if it's not 111 degrees. When you get on a plane and the AC isn't on and everyone's boarding, it is literally scorching. And at that point, I don't even know what the temperature is. So I can only imagine if it was 111 degrees on a plane. Mind you, it's very close proximity to everything. And you're stuck in that plane for 4 hours. It makes sense that people soiled themselves, passed out, had to be on oxygen, were wheeled out on stretchers. It makes sense because even that 10 to 20 minutes of boarding, when you're sitting there and it's hot, it's low-key unbearable. I am so sorry that happened to you, those people. I really, really hope that they get the compensation they deserve and also get the money and help they deserve. And I say money aside of compensation because, sometimes they look at compensation like, oh, we'll pay for another flight. I hope they get some money off of this. That's traumatic. It's already scary enough getting on a flight and, praying that you make it to your destination safe. Being stuck on one for 4 hours. Oh, no. Oh, no. All right. So, in some more crazy Las Vegas news, neighbors react after Las Vegas police search home in connection to the murder of Tupac Shakur. Yes, they are still trying to solve this mystery. Las Vegas Metropolitan Police Department confirmed Tuesday that a search warrant was served at a Henderson home in connection to the death of rapper Tupac Shakur. On July 17th, police made entry into the home. At this time, police have not released the identity of any suspects, but Fox 5 obtained the location of the house that was searched and talked with neighbors in a neighborhood off of I-11 and Wagon Wheel Drive. Quite surprised, Zachary Perez told Fox 5 upon hearing the news of the search. They've always been pretty good neighbors, haven't really met, just kind of waved across the street, but haven't had any major issues with them. Another neighbor that wished to remain anonymous described about a dozen Metro Police vehicles on scene Monday night around 10 o'clock. This is crazy. This goes to show. This goes to show. Even when you think you got away with something, you truly didn't. This word precedent apparently doesn't matter. They can reopen cases whenever they want to. If you guys don't remember, the popular rapper was shot multiple times during a drive-by shooting on September 7th, 1996. The vehicle he was in had been stopped at a red light at the intersection of East Flamingo Road and Caval Lane when the shooting took place. He died 6 days later. At this point, there are no other details that have been released because this is still a developing story. That's crazy. It's crazy. I'm telling y'all, stop being crazy individuals. Stop going out there killing people. Stop going out there robbing people. Stop doing things you think you can get away with. How to Get Away with Murder was a blueprint, but I'm trying to tell you this right now. You can still get caught. In our world today, it goes to show that whatever rights and laws that were put into place for you to be safe can be taken away. And if you think you got away with something, it can always be reopened and resolved. Y'all need to go to therapy. Take y'all meds, because that's crazy. Hey, shout out to Gina Chandler on the YouTube channel. She said that's what we call a miracle about the 51-year-old who was saved at sea. She also said, I agree docs should wear body cameras, especially because we are not heard. And if you don't know, Gina Chandler is an African-American woman who is a mother of several children, who also works in the medical field. So she understands. She says docs shouldn't have anything to hide, right? Hey, Gina Chandler, I agree. If you're just now tuning in, I just went over the daily news headlines. Make sure to keep up with me. In the next segment, we're going to talk about if it should be mandatory to split bills at birthday dinners. This is a topic that has been plaguing my community for so long. Oh my gosh. If you guys don't pay attention to all these different podcasts, they go on hour-long rants about this silly topic. So make sure to tune in and call in at 702-221-7283 if you want to get involved in the conversation, or if you can't, just keep commenting on the YouTube. I'll be right back, so stick around, okay? This is the Jaime Dee Show.
At AR Heating and Air Conditioning, our main goal is to provide high-quality service without breaking the bank. From maintaining your HVAC units to fixing them when they are down, they are there for you. AR Heating and Air Conditioning offer reasonable prices, reliability, and professional service at a great value. For more information, go to fixmyac.net or call 702-646-4000. Beat the heat and call AR Heating and Air Conditioning today.
Welcome to Hash House A Go-Go, where we've been serving farm food and crafted cocktails for over 2 decades. Visit us for the full Hash House experience at any of our 5 Las Vegas locations. Hash House A Go-Go is where old school meets new and gets twisted. We bring people together over good food and fun. Come in for breakfast, lunch, or dinner, and come hungry because our portions are huge. Visit us online to see our entire menu at hashhouseagogo.com. Hash House A Go-Go. It's a Midwest thing, and there's nothing else like it.
Is your dog suffering from a sensitive stomach? Hi, it's Kelly the Cookie Lady from Mooch's Munchies. Our dogs had super sensitive tummies, and I needed to find a low-fat treat that wouldn't give them gas or other issues. Most of the treats on the market were loaded with fillers, chemicals, and chicken fat. Many of them weren't even food. Well, I knew I could do better, so I developed Mooch's Munchies, and I'm happy to be able to share them with you. Stop by our store or our website, moochesmunchies.com, and find out why we say that Mooch's Munchies are totally pawsome.
ZenWorld Premium CBD offers full and broad-spectrum CBD oil, extracts, and capsules, which are designed to help you feel your best. Their products are sourced from the best organic hemp and natural ingredients on the market and are tested for quality, purity, and potency. They have a full range of items from health and wellness to beauty to pets. Call 725-205-9223. Visit online at zenworld.com or stop by their location at 9895 South Maryland Parkway and Silverado Range Parkway. Mention KSHP for 10% off in-store or use code KSHP online for 15% off.
Hungry for the best barbecue in Las Vegas? Come out to the infamous barbecue and meat market, John Mole's Meats and Roadkill Grill in Las Vegas. John Mole's was featured on the Food Network's Diners, Drive-Ins, and Dives. Now take home delicious meat selections for your grill, and while you're there, grab a bite of the best barbecue in Las Vegas. With 2 locations now at Tom and Gowan or on North Decatur, you're sure to find the perfect meats for your next barbecue or party. Find us online at johnmolemeats.com.
Get it. Hey, welcome back, y'all. Welcome back. Hey, welcome back. What's up, guys? Welcome to the Jaime Dee Show. Woo! Live on KSHP AM 1400 and 107.1 FM. Live every Monday through Friday from 10 a.m. until 11 a.m. PST. This is a real live morning radio show, y'all. Welcome in. Hey, if you're just now tuning in, I already went over the daily news headlines, and now we're going to talk about this social issue. Should you feel obligated to split bills at a birthday dinner? Let me know your thoughts. Call in at 702-221-7283. Again, that's 702-221-7283. Let me know if you should be obligated to split the bill at a birthday dinner. But before I give you my thoughts, I want to tell you about the story that raised this concern. So a TikToker named Vic Gotti recently found himself at the center of a viral controversy when he refused to split a $4,600 dinner bill with his friend on her birthday. The fiasco, which went down at a restaurant in Atlanta, was captured on video and quickly spread across social media platforms. In the clip, the birthday girl can be seen asking everyone at the table to split the bill evenly. But Gotti and another man protest, stating that they should only be responsible for paying for what they ordered. The disagreement escalated, leading to tension between Gotti and the birthday girl, and a commotion erupts. Now, the video sparked a heated debate among viewers, with opinions divided on who should foot the hefty bill. Some argued that it was unfair for the birthday girl to expect others to pay for a celebratory meal, while others believed that splitting the bill evenly was the most equitable solution. Twitter users also chimed in, with some saying that they refused to eat out with friends for this particular reason. The wide conversation highlighted a broader issue surrounding dining etiquette and how bills should be divided between people. In a longer video addressing the situation, Gotti explained that the restaurant they dined at was expensive and that the birthday girl refused to contribute anything towards the bill on her special day. This led to him and another diner to say that they should only be responsible for paying for their own orders. His perspective resonated with some people who believe that each person should pay for what they consumed, especially with dining at an upscale establishment. Now, I want to know your thoughts about this. I'm going to play some audio, and I want you guys to hear how this went down. So pay attention, okay? I'm going to play it right now.
I'm not splitting the bill, shawty. That's crazy. You expect us to split the bill? You got lamb chop. You got steak. Look at all that. Look at what all they got. They talking about splitting the bill. What did you come out for? We come together to split the bill. My thing is, y'all doing too much. Y'all doing way too much. We didn't order all that going on.
Yo, I can't help but laugh. And I'm also laughing more so because my general manager, Mark, is laughing at the situation as well. Hold on, Mark. I want to bring you in real quick because you're laughing. I want to know, why are you chuckling over there? Because what's your thoughts? Before I get into what I have to say, I got to know what you think because you're a very fair person. And I know you're a very giving person as well, but you're laughing. What's your thoughts?
First off, $4,600.
$4,600.
That's the first thing. And this, I don't know if I would even, if somebody told me we're going to go into a restaurant and the bill is going to ultimately, the menu, that's what the first thing I'm looking at, but $4,600. And then you hear the people saying they want the bill to be split between everybody. I'm just paying for my own meal and my own drink, and that's what I'm paying for. How are you going to split a $4,600 bill?
Mark,
I mean, what? Everybody's got to pay like $500.
That's insane.
How many? I want to know how many people was at this dinner. I mean, it looks like it was. I see about 5 or 6 people.
That's still not enough people,
right?
Let's see.
What were you buying? What I mean, I heard the guy say you got lobster, you got steak.
That's almost $1,000. If it was 5 people, that's almost $1,000. It's $920 per person without tip.
There's no way. There's no way, Jimmy. And I'll let you get to the story. But to share, if I invite somebody out, birthday or not birthday, Jamie, if I invite you out, Jamie, there's no question. I'm paying.
Right.
Question. No, and you want to put a tip in, or if you want to throw something.
Again, you said if you invite me out,
I'm paying.
In what situation? Just in general?
Dinner.
Oh, Mark, where you want to go?
I'm going to invite you. If I invite you out, I'm paying. If you invite me out somewhere, I don't expect you to cover the full bill, but I will offer. But if I take somebody out, like with all my friends that do have money, some that don't have money, I know who to go out with and who not to go out with. They call me and say, hey, look, Mark, we're going out to dinner. And these are friends that I know don't have a lot of money. They're going to expect me to pay or help with the bill. But I got friends that call me and say, hey, Mark, let's go to lunch. And it ain't even a question. I go out with those people regularly because
they pay for you,
and I invite them. I pay for them.
So you're saying if you invite, you pay for them. If they invite you, do you expect them to pay for you?
I know because I've been friends when we go out often. I got a friend. We go out at least once a month. Just sit down and just catch up.
Nice.
And if he says, "Hey, Mark, I got lunch," next time I got it.
Well, see, okay. So let me tell you this real quick. what I like about you is that you're open with your communication about that, and that should be done.
Of course.
I don't believe that you should expect anybody to pay for anything, but you should also have the communication like, hey, I'm inviting you out. I got you. Do you want to come? Or hey, I'm going to lunch. Do you want to join me?
Right.
Like, be specific with your.
Well, you have to, and this is a primary situation, and this happens a lot. This just happens to be seen on this video, but it happens a lot where people. I know people, not as much now, but when I was younger, it would be like, they would set it up. They would say, hey, let's go here, let's go to the club, and then they don't have no money.
That's ridiculous.
They don't have no money, but until you get there and everybody's getting their food and getting their drinks, then the person who did all the inviting and setting up, they're not putting no money into the bill.
So, let me say this real quick. Let me actually say this. So, I don't know if you agree with me or not, but I wholeheartedly believe, and I'm not talking about with this situation, but for your friends or close partners or whatever they are to use dinner, you should pay for it.
Right.
I'm gonna tell you why. So let's say, for example, you invited me out, right? Mark, you are close. If I had it, I would pay for it. If I didn't, I would tell you like, hey, Mark, I don't have this,
I don't have no money,
but I do want to come support you. I may just get what I get, keep it at that, but I'll communicate that. However, I know that if I am going to somebody's birthday dinner, I'm close to them. Let's say I'm their best friend, I'm their partner, I'm their family member. I'm going to get together with their other close friends, and we're going to find a way to try to.
How we going to tip this bill?
Right. Because I personally believe that it's your special day, and we should make you feel that way. However, I wholeheartedly believe that the people that are being celebrated should not abuse that either.
Right. And well, she must have chose the restaurant. And she had to choose the restaurant and thought she was going to get out of a $4,600 bill. I ain't never been to a restaurant, and I've been to a lot of high-end restaurants in my lifetime. $4,600? Like, what was on that? I want to know the restaurant name first. No, I got family. I got a bunch of family in Atlanta, and I'm gonna contact my sister and just ask them, have they been there before?
And mind you, I've actually lived in Atlanta, and I will say this: a lot of these restaurants do be charging an arm and a leg just to sit down.
$4,600. That's almost $5,000. And then is that including a tip?
It's ridiculous. But I'm gonna tell you this:
you might as well say $5,000.
And my thing is this: I can understand. Let's say if they all came together. And they're like, yeah, we're going to help out with this individual. We're going to pay for their meal. And then you get the bill. And it's like, whoa, why'd you order this much? I can see how I'd be like, okay, hold on. Now you did too much.
Yeah.
Now I'm a little irritated with you because you're taking advantage of me.
Of course.
And I want to, my thing is this too, though. I highly urge people to stop throwing these events and these birthday dinners and inviting people that they don't know just to feel special.
Right.
Just to feel like they're around people. Because when you invite people that you don't know, I don't think you should expect anybody to cover you at all, but you really can't expect people who are just there as a friend or as an associate who hasn't known you for long to cover your bill, especially a huge bill like this.
But who has that kind of money? Right. First off, these are probably middle-aged. These are probably kids your age, right? About in your age.
Facts.
You don't have no $4,600 to just throw on a dinner bill. I'm picking a restaurant that, first of all right, look, this is kind of our budget.
Right.
We want to spend $500. All right, we know where we're going. $4,600. I want to know the restaurant and where it's located.
It seemed like there were 7 people at this table.
7 people.
Wait, no, wait. Once, but this 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, that's
divided by 40. I mean, it probably was one person right here in the corner. I can see.
That's 4,600 divided by 9. That's still $511. I'm not.
My meal wasn't $500. I'm paying for my meal.
I'm not getting up at any part of my day thing. I'm gonna spend $511.
We're not friends no more.
I agree. My thing
we're not friends no more.
My thing,
or at least not going out no more.
I'm gonna tell you this. What I do love though is when I go out with friends and let's say like we split everything. Like we're getting appetizers. We're literally splitting the appetizers. Like we're literally both eating.
We're eating it. Yeah.
You get something that you like. I get something I like, but we know we both have interest in both of those dishes, and we're splitting those things. I'm down to split the bill with that. But if we go out to dinner and it's not even just a birthday, but just dinner in general, and you order a drink, you order an appetizer, you order a meal, and I've had this happen, and a dessert.
Yeah.
I'm not paying for that.
No.
Like for me, I don't even drink. I literally only drink when I go to parties. I don't drink when I go out to eat unless it's like we're getting ready to go to a party.
Right.
So I go into it knowing I'm going to get my one meal and I'm going home.
Yeah.
So for you to do all that and be like, oh, we can split the bill. No, we can't.
She said split the bill. So how about if my meal was $100?
I'll be pissed.
I gotta pay an additional $500 because you ordered lobster and steak and seafood. That's ridiculous. But and with social media now, Jamie, who knows? This could have been staged. Like you know what I'm saying, for some follows. But first thing I would want to do, $4,600. Where were they eating, and who picked this restaurant?
Right.
And who thought about saying we're gonna split the bill?
I just couldn't do it. I can
right? If your meal, you might have been the only one that meal was $300 or $400, and you want me to chip in on that, and I didn't get to try it, I didn't get to taste it, I didn't even get to get a little bit of it. But you want me to split the bill? Nah, I'm out of here.
Look,
I'm out.
Katrina says on YouTube that she agrees. But before we move on, I want to say this though: at what point do you differentiate between okay, we're gonna pay for the birthday person, celebrate them, and also no, I'm paying for only what I ordered. At what point do you differentiate when the two happen?
Before we even got to the restaurant.
Why do you say that?
The reason I say that, before we even get to the restaurant, whoever planned this birthday dinner, if it was the birthday girl, she must have had some expectations of everybody's gonna pay for me, or at least we're gonna split the bill. But I would have had this all discussed. Like again, I communicate. Look, hey, this is what I have, right? This is kind of my budget,
right?
And this is what I'm chipping in. If we all gonna just chip in and help the birthday girl out, right? I got $300 on the bill. I don't care if it's $4,600 or $1,500.
Okay,
that's kind of what I'm gonna chip in for her.
Okay.
And that's it, and that's what I can afford, right? I can't afford $1,000 or even $500. $300 might be my limit.
When you say when it gets to a point where they're doing too much, that's when you're like, I'm paying for my bill only.
I'm paying for my bill only.
Makes sense.
I'm paying for my bill only, and if that's a problem, I'm basically going to the owner or the general man, who's ever in the charge, and saying, look, this is what I ordered.
Yep.
Okay, here's my X amount of dollars, and I'm leaving. Because they can't do nothing to me if I pay for my meal, right? And I've been in places, back in the days when you split the bill down the middle. My bill was $100. Here's my $100. I had fettuccine and chicken.
Because I have been in situations before when I went to birthday dinners and nobody paid for my birthday dinner,
right?
And I was a little upset. I'm not gonna lie, I was a little upset that nobody paid for me. I'm like, first of all, I'm not a lush, so I don't get the extra most.
Yeah.
But also, too, I want to feel special because I know I would do the same thing for you.
Who was in charge of the dinner, though? Did you get invited or you set it up?
I usually set everything up because people are lazy.
Well, to me, people will think you good. You don't need no money because.
That's dumb.
But I'm just saying, your circle.
Even if you invited me, you're like, hey, I want to celebrate. It's my birthday. I'm like, what are you doing? Like, I'm going to dinner.
And some people want to just hang out. I mean, not even thinking. Forget your birthday. They thinking about. They want something free.
It's also weird to ask. I'm not paying for them on my birthday.
Well, that's
are you out of your mind?
Well, this is the same situation this young lady was in.
But I wouldn't do nothing stupid like that.
Yeah.
But before we get off this topic, though, I want to say this. One person on social media said that how they handle the situation, they order their food to go, and then they pick it up, and then they join the table with their food.
Well, see, I mean, that's just a way of communication. Like now, I don't have that at the where I'm at in my life now. I don't have that situation. If I call you, Jamie, look, man, let's go over to. We're going to have dinner. I'm gonna pay. If you decide to pay a tip, or if you say, hey, man, here's $20 towards it. I'm gonna take it, but I'm paying for that bill because I'm picking the place and I'm inviting you out. So if you invite me out, I don't expect you to just be like, all right, I'm paying this whole bill.
Right.
And it depends on each person in relationship. Like I said, I got about 4 or 5 friends that got a lot of money. They real successful. Even when I go out with them, if they pay the first time, the next time we eat, it ain't no question. I'm paying. And the next time you paying, and we go back and forth like that. So we don't have to have that communication like that where anybody's, now if our bill is $1,000, right? I'm gonna pay for the $1,000 bill, but next time we go out, we going somewhere and you got to cover the bill.
So real quick, some people on social media said that you have to know beforehand. And I want to tell you this: it's looking kind of awkward to ask people.
It's money. Anytime it's money involved,
it's awkward.
People
like,
don't like talking about it.
Like, hey, I'm inviting you guys out to my birthday dinner. Just want to ask beforehand, though. Are you guys gonna split my meal? That's low-key kind of awkward.
No, it is.
I do understand that you should probably know beforehand. I'm gonna just say this because we do have to move on and get Chrystee Pharris onto the show. Don't be ridiculous in your requests for people to pay for you. But I also believe that you all, as individuals who are actually friends with the birthday person, you guys should chime in, pitch in, or pay for that birthday person. That's what I believe. I believe that it's their day to feel special, especially if this is a friend you truly mess with, a friend that gives to you on a daily basis, and you have it, you should give it to them. Because I know if I was in that situation, I would. I know I would. But hey, I appreciate you for coming on, Mark, and letting us know about that situation and what you thought. Because I think it's really important. We have this conversation a lot in our community. But we got to move on now. I'm just going to just skip this break for right now because I want to bring in the absolutely amazing, let me say it again. I want to bring out the absolutely amazing Chrystee Pharris, who is an award-winning actor known for her roles on Passions and Scrubs, who's right here, right now, about to join me live to discuss how she got her start in the industry, how she stayed in the ever-changing entertainment industry, the current actor strike, why SAG-AFTRA is important, and more. So without further ado, let's welcome Chrystee Pharris. Woo! What's up, friend? How are you?
I'm good. How you doing?
I'm doing good. You look good over there, friend. Where you at?
In my booth. Can you hear me?
I can hear you. You in the booth?
Yeah, my studio where I do all my voiceover work and stuff.
Yeah, that's a working friend and actor to me. What's up? So thank you so much for actually joining the Jaime Dee show. It's absolutely amazing to have you here. I want to give people the chance to know who you are. So before we get into the actual interview, talk to us. Who is Chrystee Pharris? Run down your resume for us.
Oh Lord. I mean, yeah, you talked about Passion Scrubs. Those were both NBC shows. I had a show on All Black that just got canceled, which was called Craig Ross Jr.'s Monogamy, which was a hit show. It was great. Love that character, Deandra. And you know, on Amazon right now, you can watch Goliath season 3. I reoccur on that, and 911. I did an episode of that. I mean, Moesha's is his sister, Steve Harvey, Keenan and Kel. I have a movie. You have a movie that's a faith-based. You can actually watch it for free on YouTube, called Steps of Faith, but that's had over, I think, like 20 million views so far.
Okay.
Yeah. So
listen, you are doing the darn thing, Chrystee. I absolutely am so proud of you. For those who are just now tuning in, I already went over the daily news headlines, and I talked about if we should be splitting the bills at birthday dinners. But now we're at the best part of the day because we have Chrystee Pharris, and I'm so happy to have her here because I've known Chrystee. It's been 7, 8, 9. It's been 7 years since we've known each other.
Wow.
7 years. And we actually met on the set. What movie was that on that I met you?
I don't know.
It was back in Atlanta.
Oh, it was Media.
Yeah, it's been that long. She starred and had a principal character role in a movie called Media. And we met on set, and she was just an amazing individual. Before, again, we get into the interview, I want to tell them about how when we met, she was like, Jaime, I believe in you. I see everything you're doing, and I want to mentor you. And she literally has been my mentor for over 7 years. And now look at us. You are still in the spotlight as an amazing actor. I don't know which one you like to use. And you're doing so much in the industry. Talk to us about that mentorship opportunity that you presented to me.
You know, it's just, I mean, every day I get people who reach out to me, or I meet people, and everybody wants to be an actor. Everybody wants to be a performer. And I remember when I first moved to Atlanta, you know, I wanted to help people, but I realized people weren't really taking it serious. And then that's when I was like, okay, I gotta change this up, you know. And but I just think it's important that people get the business side of acting, and I think that's part of the problem, is that people don't understand the business. They don't know how to get in and how to stay consistent, and how to gain the power. And I mean, you know, usually the people work with me, they work between 4 and 6 months. I used to say 6 months, but you got your first job in 4 months, I remember. And I remember you were just like, yeah, it was 4 months, I remember. And I just remember you were like, oh, what's happening? Why is this not blah, blah, blah. And then next, you know, I think like a couple of days later, you had booked the show. And so, and now, you know, now you got your own talk show. I mean, look at you.
Yes, Chrystee, people don't realize this, but you are the plug. Seriously, I wouldn't have gotten this far if it wasn't for Chrystee Pharris, because she believed in me and she wanted to help out another individual. That's how you do it, because you never know how somebody you help out can actually reach their hand out and pull you up as well, or pull you to the side. I'm like, I got this other opportunity for you because you helped me out. I'm telling y'all, this is a person y'all need to know, because Chrystee Pharris, when she teaches the business of acting, you learn quickly what you should do. And I wouldn't have gotten my first ever principal character role on TV1 if it wasn't for Chrystee Pharris. So thank you so much. I want to give you those flowers because you are so beautiful and amazing, such a light. Now, Chrystee, talk to us about how you got your start in the entertainment industry.
Oh, well, I mean, I knew what I wanted to do when I was 4 years old. I mean, there was no other options. I knew it. My mother was one of those ladies that made a lot of sacrifices, who made sure that we were in the right schools that gave us the opportunities, the right areas to give us the opportunities. And yeah, I just wasn't going to allow anyone to tell me that I could not make it. I was very naive. I just thought everybody made it in the field that they wanted to go in. I didn't realize people are not always successful. And I was very blessed in that sense and had a lot of good people around me. And, you know, I booked like 7 shows in 6 months and then booked a series and, you know, national TV commercials. And now I do voiceovers as well. So, you know, you just have to stay well-rounded in this business, because one minute you can be hot, you know, Black people are hot, and the next minute it's Latino, and next minute it's blondes, and the next minute it's big people, and then it's little people, and you know what I mean? It's like, diversity, and you just don't know. So you just got to be able to stay on your toes and pivot when things are not working out the way that you feel that they should.
Yes. Hey, real quick, we are live on YouTube, Twitter, Twitch, and Facebook at The Jaime Dee Show. And Tracy T. Holloway, the owner and CEO of The Way Up Creative, says flowers for you, Chrystee. Listen, you got people out here who love and know you, Chrystee. So you made a great point about how one day you could be hot, the next day you could be not. And but you have stayed consistent, even if you were at, you know, A-list celebrity status, B-list, whatever status you were, you stayed in the industry and you kept going, you kept booking jobs. Talk to us about how you were able to stay consistent and how you're able to not fall out of the industry, because for a lot of people, falling out is a reality. But you're still here.
There's going to be a lot of people falling out right now with this strike. But yeah, you know, again, it's just about being you got to find multiple streams of income, right? And so, you know, not only was I doing on camera acting, but then I started doing the voiceover, and there's like, you know, probably like 13 different genres of voiceovers, you know, so you might be good in one, but you might not be good in the other, but you got to figure out what that niche is and which one works for you. And then I started directing and producing, and, you know, I have a short film called Amy Victoria that's won 3 awards in my, you know, debut of doing directing, you know. So you just have to trust and believe, and you got to have the people surrounded around you who will also help and encourage you, because I turned that directing job down like a couple of times. I tried to pass it on to other people, and and next thing you know, they were like, no, we want you to do it. And now it's won like 3 awards. You know what I mean? So you can't underestimate yourself as well. That's always challenging.
Give me this bell, because Chrystee, I'm telling you, like you really are the blueprint. I don't care what anybody says. I don't care what status you may be at today or tomorrow or next week. You are the blueprint, and you forever are an individual who people can learn from. I am so proud of everything that you've been doing and that you're going to continue to do, because you're still in your prime, which is beautiful. Talk to us about this, though, because you did just say that you need to have other sources of income. You may think that you want to be an actor, but people don't realize acting is freelance work. You may get a job today and it may pay a lot of money, but then you may not get booked for months, years. And you have to be able to either budget that money wisely or supplement it. Would you say, out of your own mouth, that the entertainment industry as a whole and being an actor as a whole is a profitable career field to get into?
Well, that's tricky. That's a hard question to answer, right? Because you know, only they say less than before it used to be 5%, but I think it's like less than 3 actually make a living and get their health insurance and stuff like that. I have been very lucky and blessed that in my 25 years of doing this, that I have been able to, you know, make a living, and, you know, I never had to go get a job working at an office or anything like that. And there's nothing wrong with that. But I always tell actors when I'm teaching in my class that you want to live at your bare minimum, because one minute, you know, you're going to book a great job and maybe you'll book like 3 of them in a row. And then there's a chance that you might not work for a while after that, you know, and you have to figure out how you're going to live. And you don't want to go into an audition hungry where you look like, please, please, please hire me, you know? So the reason why I've been able to stay in the business as long as I have is because, like I said, when I'm not working on camera, I learned how to do voiceovers, and then I learned how to produce, and then I learned how to direct. So I always stay creative, and I always have income coming in. And another reason, you know, I was able to survive are the residual checks, because when I first started, the residuals were good residuals. But now, because of streaming, you know, like people like Orange is the New Black and people like that, they don't receive any residuals whatsoever.
Right.
And so that's why we're striking right now, because before we used to be able to live off of it, but now you can't live, you know, like how am I going to get a check for, or it shows up that I owe them 1 cent for something. I mean, I'm about to post it today. I'm about to post the.
For real?
Yeah, I'm serious. Like it says,
like you owe them
$0, $40, -1 cent, -1 cent. I'm like, how do I owe you money? You know what I mean? So, so with that being said, we are fighting. We are on strike right now because we definitely need better pay, and that way people can survive. Now, the only bad thing about the strike is that it's going to cut out a lot of people. You know what I mean? It's going to be a lot of people that they're striking. They're a part of this, and it's not going to benefit them. Yeah, it's definitely going to benefit the people up here. And then there's going to be the middle tier that's going to get some good stuff. And then there's going to be the bottom tier that's not going to be able to get anything from this. But it's important to fight, because what the standard that we set right now is going to determine the rest of what everything looks like with all of the streaming and AI and so forth.
You make a lot of great points. And one thing I could attest to, being an actor and being a live events host and now a live morning radio personality, this industry is not what people think it is. It's not as profitable as people think it is. And one thing that I really hated seeing in the comments when Fran Drescher came out and made her statements about, you know, SAG-AFTRA going on strike and the actors going on strike, people were saying, well, who cares? Y'all get paid a lot of money. Y'all get paid more than the average person. Who cares? Right. You guys are upset with the residuals, but I'm hearing that people are getting paid $45,000 for 3 episodes. And I don't think people understand is this. That's not everybody.
Yeah.
The contracts that you're seeing from Taraji P. Henson, the contracts you're seeing from The Rock, like those aren't regular people like myself. You know, I keep trying to tell people there's tiers of.
Yeah. And did you want to finish your point?
Oh, well, I was going to say was that, you know, just because you know what some people are making doesn't mean that everyone's making that same thing. But on that same token, people don't realize that you should get paid for the strife, the struggles that you have to go through to be in this industry. It's not easy being an actor. It's not easy being crew. It's not easy being in production. And people just think, oh, you just get on, you just speak. No, there's so much that goes into being an actor. And people don't realize that when you also get introduced to a certain lifestyle, you should be paid accordingly to keep their lifestyle. I shouldn't have, you know, gotten this status and I'm out in the public eye and I'm being judged every day and I'm being in the media and I have to listen to stupid people like people on social media and still get paid nothing. Absolutely not.
Well, so I guess there's a couple of things. One, I don't know if I remember everything that you were saying, but I was like, so yeah, I mean, trust me, getting paid $45,000 for 3 episodes, I don't know who's getting paid. I mean, those are like big time people. You know, I'm not getting paid, you know, $45,000 for 3 episodes unless I'm a series regular. You know what I mean? Right. But if I'm a guest star on a show, I'm not getting paid that much. You know, a guest star on a show, it could be from, you know, I'm gonna exaggerate, between co-star, guest star, could be from, you know, $1,000 up to maybe 10 grand. And then if you are, you know, a celebrity, you might get 15, you know, or whatever the case may be. So, yeah, that's very rare. As far as being able to live, you had said something about being able to stay in this status. Well, you also got to make sure, you know, a lot of people get a big show and then all of a sudden they're spending all this extra money that they don't need to.
People definitely do.
You know what I mean? There's that. But if you look at the girl from she was on White Lotus the first season. She came out and she said, listen, everybody thinks I'm making a whole lot of money.
Wait, Jennifer Coolidge?
No, not her.
Okay.
She was one of the younger girls on the show, teenagers on the show. She was like, because she actually had a couple of series and a couple of great things that came out. And she was like, I have about 6 months worth of rent money. And then after that, I don't know what I'm going to do.
Yep. That's been my reality as well.
Yeah. But she would probably have more money in her pocket if she was making residuals off of that streaming that, I believe was on Netflix. So, so there's, it's tricky. It's shitty. And they should definitely be paying us more. And then the AI thing is a whole nother, because they basically want to scan us and then say, hey, and use us and never pay us ever again. And I'm like, yeah, that's not happening.
And one thing that I saw when the writers had made a video about why they were going on strike, they said that a lot of these big streaming. So first of all, before we had streaming, we had networks. And excuse me, that's all you had. That's all you're able to go to view content. Now that we have streaming, there's so many ways to view so many different types of content. It's a lot sometimes. And what I saw and heard that these streaming services are doing, when they know a show is hot, they'll use it for just a lot. Wow, they use it for a certain amount of time to where they can be profitable. And then when it starts costing them, they cut it off.
Exactly, and they won't let you see it again.
They won't let you see it again. So not only were you not making residuals when it was on that streaming service, but you're really not going to make anything afterwards because now it's gone. And I feel like that's very ridiculous. You have them not paying for your streaming service and all the work you've done. Now they want to scan you, because even they're trying to do the same thing in our industry. They're trying to make AI radio personality.
Right. So let me just explain something. So back in the day when residuals first started, but yeah. So you only had NBC, ABC, CBS. With those, if let's just say you make $1,000 off of a show, your first residual is going to be $1,000, and then it'll be like $950, and then it'll keep working its way down. Now with streaming, whereas before my original might have been $1,000, but now I'm only getting paid like $27.
Right. And
so now you can't survive off of $27.
Nope.
Because now, and then if you're getting an actual residual, whereas some of the shows you're not getting residuals at all. So now how do you survive? Now, one of the things that somebody talked about, somebody told me the story with Westworld. They had it and everybody started complaining. This is a rumor. They had it on their network. People started complaining about the residuals. And so they were like, you know what? We're going to take it off. And so they took the show off. And so now no one has residuals at all. And they're not airing it, and you can't find it anywhere. The other issue too is that it's streaming. And so let's say, for instance, you have the Nielsen's rating. So with NBC, ABC, CBS, it'll say, hey, this is how many people are watching this. Advertisers are like, oh my God, you have 50 million people watching it, so we're going to give you money for this, and blah, blah, blah. With streaming, they won't even tell you how many people are actually watching the show.
Wow.
So now you can't use it as a bargaining tool to say, we have the number one show on your streaming service, you should be paying us more.
Right.
So they won't show this.
They're even withholding information.
Yes.
That's ridiculous. Now,
yes. So that's the other thing.
We only have a few minutes left, so I want people to know you were actually on the picket lines in LA. What did that look like? Was there a lot of people? Were you guys chanting? What was the reality of actually being on the picket line for this?
Yeah, I mean, every location is different, right? So Amazon had people, but you go to Warner Brothers and it was like, several hundred, 300 people or so. Some people are chanting, some people are not, depending on where you are, who's leading it. A lot of people honking their horns. Some people could care less, but it's being in solidarity with everyone. And also seeing all of the different celebrities that are out there. I ran into the cast of 911, which is when I did the episode, and I was like, oh my God, they remember my name, So, but at the end, listen, when this starts to go into a couple of weeks, in a month or two, it's going to start to die down, and you're going to see a lot of people who are losing their houses, their homes, their jobs, their they're, you know, taking their kids out of, you know, private school. And that's when things are really good. Like everybody's excited right now, but
it's going to start to affect
it's not going to
really
be
bad.
pretty. Yeah, it's not going to be pretty.
So we all know that Fran Dresser is the president of SAG-AFTRA because she's been blowing up on social media because she's going viral for her speech. Why is SAG-AFTRA important in our industry?
For fighting for things like this. You know, when people are talking about, for instance, you were talking about the pay and somebody getting paid 45, and there's some people who might get that. But, and the reason why we're fighting is because the pay starts to get smaller and smaller, right? And then depending on who you are, what agency you have, are you Black? Are you, you know what I mean? Are you disabled? There's so many different reasons why we don't get paid. But having SAG in your corner to fight for you, because there have been plenty of times where I did not get paid for something. And the only way that I was able to fight was to have SAG in my corner. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so for that reason alone, it's worth being a part of the union, because if you're not in the union and something goes down and wrong, you are not going to get your money. And I've had to fight on several. Those producers are gangster. You know what I mean? And so are, you know, and so are, even when I did a commercial, it was airing in a different city that it shouldn't have been airing in, or a different state. And they were like, yeah, if you hadn't have found out, if you didn't have fans everywhere, we wouldn't have never paid you.
Oh, wow.
But because I have friends everywhere, they saw it. I called SAG, or some of the stuff, it was airing overseas. You know what I mean? I called SAG. SAG fought for me and helped me get my money. Otherwise, I'd have been paying for a lawyer and I wouldn't have never got my money. It would have cost me too much.
For those who don't know, SAG is the Screen Actors Guild. It's the American Federation of Television and Radio Artists. It's an American labor union representing approximately 160,000 media professionals worldwide. So just like Chrystee said, it's a union that protects actors and those in the industry so they're treated fairly, they're paid correctly, and they're not out here just looking crazy. Chrystee, thank you so much for joining the Jaime Dee Show. It was an absolute pleasure to have you here. I gotta ring the bell because, again, I'm just so proud of everything you're doing, and I'm in full support of you. Before we let you go, let the fans know and the audience members know, how can they find you and support you?
Yeah, just my name at any of the platforms. Yeah, just Chrystee Pharris at Gmail and Facebook and whatever else there is. And I'm thinking, you know, I was praying about this the other day. I was thinking that I think I want to do some more free classes, so people could just ask questions. So I think I might do 3 different sessions. One for the younger kids, you know, yeah, for between, you know, babies to 50 or to 11, and then 12 to 18, and then the adults. So I might do 3 sessions, and I'll do it for as long as, you know, I feel like God is calling me to do, and just be of service, you know, while we have this craziness. Yeah. I'm
gonna make sure to send my sister your way. Hey guys, that was Chrystee Pharris. That's spelled ChrystEePharris. Chrystee, again, thank you so much. That's the end of the show. You are absolutely amazing and you are loved. Again, shout out to you. You have a good rest of your day, okay?
Thanks. Have a good one, you guys.
Bye. Thank you all for tuning into the Jaime Dee Show, which is live on KSHP AM 1400 and 107.1 FM every Monday through Friday from 10 a.m. to 11 a.m. PST. I'll be back tomorrow, so make sure to join me, all right? You guys have a great rest of your day. Peace out. What's up, everybody? You were just tuned into the Jaime Dee Show, live on KSHP AM 1400 and 107.1 FM. If you aren't in the Las Vegas area, you can catch my show live on YouTube, Twitter, Twitch, and Facebook at The Jaime Dee Show. That's TheJaimeDeeshow. If you want to advertise your business on my show, email us at info@jaimedee.com. Thank you all so much for your support. See you tomorrow.